Kevin joins us now. The weather is really trying to whip up something out there, and I wish it was rain, just rain.
Near 4th of July, it always seems to get a little bit of its own fireworks. Yep. But yeah, we've had clouds, gusty winds, lightning, thunder, and yes, there's been some rain too. Here's our time lapse off of Ensign Peak. These clouds were bubbling and trying. We had gusty winds that kicked up dust over the valley and a little bit of precipitation in the valleys, although it was mostly up in our mountains where we picked up 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch up near Park City, and microburst winds, downed a beautiful tree in the front yard of Ron Bovero out in Hooper, and 40 to 50 mile an hour winds likely did that. Microburst could have been stronger. Also took down a gazebo in the yard. So, Ron, we're sorry. Those winds, can't replace those trees. Just plant another one. How about the Panguitch area? Some lightning and thunder up along the I-15 corridor, just south of Beaver. The same story. We've got some thunderstorms over towards the eastern side. A little bit of lightning and thunder off to the east of Hanksville and still east of Moab at this hour, with some of the mountains getting a little bit of rain in that part of our state. As you come north, well, we've had some pretty strong cells that have been bubbling out over the West Desert towards Dugway, and then this line came right over the mountains, creamed Park City, rolled over towards Camas, and then eventually it's now right up over the Mirror Lake Highway. As you're over on the Wyoming side, headed back into, the Utah side, headed back over to Wyoming, that's got a nice little cell that's bringing some rainfall. So our temperatures, 93 in Logan. We're still 93 in Ogden and Salt Lake. Provo's holding at 91, but we've dropped into the 70s in Price and Cedar City, 80s in Fillmore and Ely, still 103 in St. George. And those 70s and 80s are coming in part because of the rain-cooled air in the vicinity, and it's amazing how quick that will drop the temperature. So the day started off pretty quiet, but the overnight was mild. We were 77 in Salt Lake. It tied a record for a warm overnight low, and it came in part because of the cloud cover that was with us, kept us very warm. We have a high pressure over the Four Corners, a bigger high holding up over eastern Colorado, and a low off the California coast. That continues to feed moisture in to the circulation around these highs. Each afternoon, well, with the heat of the day, it lifts and causes these to explode. It's quiet in the night, but it does get going in the daytime. So look what happens this evening. We're going to keep some of the cloud cover and another night in the mid-70s. For tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms again, northern, central, southern Utah. Not a lot of rain with these storms, but the potential is tomorrow and again on Thursday to see some measurable rain here along the Wasatch Front. The mountains could get a downpour, and we could still see microburst winds. Even through the 4th of July holiday, still some mountain bubble ups that are happening, drier for the weekend. So a chance of storms tomorrow, pretty much statewide, but especially over the higher elevations. St. George will go to 100, Salt Lake to 95. Here's your 7-day forecast. 100 in St. George with a chance of storms tomorrow, down to 97 on Thursday, back to the 100s the 4th of July and beyond. Wasatch Front forecast, well, hot tomorrow, hot tonight, 76 for the low, 95 tomorrow. We'll dip to 88 on Thursday, and then back to the 90s for the 4th of July and upper 90s as we head through the first part of next week.
All right, looks pretty typical for 4th of July weekend.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.